I have been seeing so many tweets and text posts and the like saying things like, don't feel bad about yourself if you haven't accomplished much this year. We're in quarantine. Nobody's accomplishing anything. And it took me a really long time to sort of start believing that, because it really seemed like nothing really had changed at all and everyone was just continuing to exist. And it's obvious that obviously, not everyone is accomplishing things, because band tours have not been happening and movies are not being filmed and stuff. And I haven't been as productive as I've wanted to be either. And I feel bad about it. But then I'll see musicians being like, I finally have a release date for the album that I've been working on this whole year. And writers being like, finally, I've sent in my manuscript that I've been working on tirelessly the past few months. And YouTube creators being like, here's this new show that we've been doing, and we've been doing it safely, and now we have all this content for you. And I think back to all those posts that are like, don't worry yourself, no one's getting anything done. And I'm like, oh. So that was a lie. And I'm still a failure. Great. Objectively, I know this is not true, but it really seems like it is. What's even more stupid is that I feel like this year I've actually been more productive in my personal growth than I have been for like the entirety of the past few years. I haven't been like talking about it publicly at all because I'm still, traumatized from having my work plagiarized when I talk about it in a public setting. But I've been working for the past few months on a new comic, and I've almost completely finished writing the script, and I've drawn up a few pages already, and I have the cast, and I have everything like completely plotted out, and I'm really excited about it. And it's the first time that I've felt stoked about a project in years again. Like, weirdly, being in quarantine has made me a little bit more productive. But it's not the fact that I'm in quarantine that's making me more productive. It's a few life things all bunched together. But at the same time, I don't have an album coming out that's been fully produced. I don't have an agent. I don't have a publishing deal yet. I don't have a film coming out. I'm further along than I have been in a very long time, and I'm really happy about that. But I think I expect too much from myself. It's hard to remember, sort of, that most people, when they create things that take them places, like, having a movie or writing a book or a TV show or something, they don't do it alone. They've got like a team of like a dozen people, a dozen or more people to help them. And most independent creators don't really have that. So if you're not as far along as you hoped you would be, maybe it's just because you're trying to do everything yourself. And obviously you can't do everything by yourself. And it doesn't mean that you've failed if you can't do it by yourself, because no one does things by themselves. No one who does anything great does it by themselves. Ever. Still frustrating though.